Good morning, children. Myself Anil sir, and we are here at the e-learning platform of St. Michael's Academy, Chhauni Betia. So this is class sixth, civics or SPL, and it is lesson number 3, government, universal adult suffrage, government, lesson 3. So let us deal with the lesson. The need for government. The term government refers to a group of people in the political system who look after the needs of the people who elect them. Every country requires a government to make rules, enforce them, and ensure the welfare of the people. So, a government is needed to run the nation, particularly in a democratic government or democratic form of government. A government is needed. So, let us see, and that government is elected. It is elected form of government. So, let us see certain functions of the government. First, the government of a country performs a number of functions. First, it builds the infrastructure of the country by constructing roads, producing and providing electricity, clean drinking water, parks and public libraries. So, the first function of the government is to build infrastructure. So, it is the government who builds roads, bridges, canals, and provides a number of measures like that of drinking water, parks, etc., schools, hospitals. Second, it also looks after the welfare of the people by taking up projects for eradicating diseases, providing health services and education. So, health and education, these are the two important things, and it is the duty of the government in a welfare country to provide education and health, and for that sake it makes and provides schools, hospitals, etc. Third, it frames law which benefit people and governs the country according to the law of the land. So, law making function. So, it is the duty of the government, it is the function of the government to make law in the light of emerging issues. 4. It provides relief and aid to people affected by natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, droughts and tsunamis. So, in case of any natural disaster, it is the duty of the government to provide relief. Next, it maintains law and order and punishes those who do not abide by the law. So, again it is the duty of the government to provide law and order, and for that sake we have police system, and punishes those who do not abide by the law, and those who go against the law, those who are in conflict of the laws, for them we have judiciary, so set up by the government. So, it is duty of the government to maintain law and order. Last, it protects the boundaries of the country and maintains peaceful relations with other countries. So, again it is the function and duty of the government to protect the physical boundary of the nation, to protect the nation as such, not only its land boundary but also its economic and cultural aspects and dignity of the nation, and maintain peaceful relation also. Now we will see levels of the government. The government in our country works at 3 different levels. So, there are 3 levels of the government. Let us see. At the lowest level is the local government in a village or a town which deals with local problems faced by the people. So, at the lowest level we have a government called local self-government. We have a government called local self-government. Then at the state level we have a state government. So, let us see that. The government of the state level is called the state government. At the state level, the government deals with the matters which are of immense Government deals with the matter which are of importance to the center to the entire state like that of education. Education comes under state list, agriculture is also under state list like that. And at the national level is the central government which generally deals with the issues of national importance such as national security, banking, etc. So we see that there are three levels of the government. Starting from top, we say that there is central government, then we have state government, and then we have local self-government. Three levels of governments. The most important function of the government is to make law. The government has to ensure that the law of the land are obeyed by the people. When laws are violated or conflicts among different groups of peoples erupt, the government exercises its power to punish the culprits and resolve conflicts. So it is the duty of the government, say the most important function of the government, to maintain law and order and punish those who go against the law. And in this regard, we have a system of judiciary, we have a system of police, we have a system, some other systems also. The people on their part can take various actions in case they feel that some injustice has been done to them or a particular law has not been followed by the government. They can go in the court and put forward their grievances. So on the citizens' part, now citizens are free to go to the court if they think that a particular law is against them. They can also hold peaceful dharna or do protest in this regard. So it is the liberty on the part of the people to go or protest against the law made by the government or against the decision taken by the government. They can go to the court and put forward for their grievances. So going to the court is also one such option in the hands of the citizens. People can go and file PIL, or what is called public interest litigation. To perform all these functions, the government needs money which is collected from people in the form of taxes. Taxes are collected on facilities provided by the government, for example, electricity tax, toll tax, sale tax on goods sold and entertainment tax. This money is used to maintain roads, trains, parks, posts. Now we will see the different forms of government. So let us see different forms of governments: democratic, monarchical and dictatorship. Let us discuss them in details. Absolute monarchy. Absolute monarchy is a form of government in which the monarch exercises ultimate governing authority. He or she has unrestricted political power over the state. So this is called monarchy or absolute monarchy, where there is a king or there is a queen also, and such king or queen exercise unlimited power. Now we have constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy or limited monarchy is a form of government in which a monarch acts as the head of the state within the parameters of a constitution. This form of government differs from absolute monarchy, in which an absolute monarch serves as the source of power in the state, and it is not bound by any constitution and has the powers to regulate the government. United Kingdom is an example where constitutional monarchy is practiced. So constitutional monarchy is there, but a constitution is also there, and a monarch has to do everything in consultation with that parliament. And parliament also takes care of the dignity of the monarch, no problem.